Once upon a time, in a small village in ancient India, there were two men named Ram and Shyam. Ram was a hard-working man who always had a positive outlook on life, while Shyam was a bit lazier and tended to have negative thoughts. One day, both Ram and Shyam decided to travel to the city to seek their fortunes. After walking for several days, they reached the outskirts of a city where they saw a large gathering of people. They learned that the Buddha, the great philosopher and spiritual leader, was giving a discourse on the power of the mind. Curious, Ram and Shyam decided to attend the discourse. Buddha spoke about how the mind is the most powerful tool that humans possess, and how it can be used to shape our destiny. He emphasized the importance of positive thinking and how it can help us to achieve our goals. Afterwards, Ram felt inspired and motivated, while Shyam remained skeptical. He thought to himself, what good will positive thinking do? Life is full of problems and challenges. There's no way one can be happy and successful all of the time. As they walked back to their village, Ram tried to convince Shyam about the power of positive thinking, but Shyam remained unconvinced. He continued to harbor negative thoughts and beliefs, which eventually led to a series of unfortunate events. One day, Shyam's crops failed, leaving him with no means to support himself or his family. He became bitter and resentful, blaming everyone and everything for his misfortunes. He even started to envy Ram's success, which only made matters worse. Meanwhile, Ram's positive attitude and hard work paid off. His crops yielded a bumper harvest, and he earned a good profit. He also made new friends and developed good relationships with his neighbors. Ram was happy and content with his life. One day, Ram went to visit Shyam, who was now living in poverty. Shyam was surprised to see Ram's success and asked him how he managed to achieve it. Ram replied, "It's all in the mind, my friend. Positive thinking and hard work can do wonders." Shyam scoffed at Ram's words, saying that he was just lucky and that positive thinking was a myth. Determined to prove Shyam wrong, Ram took him to meet the Buddha, who was still living in the same city. The Buddha welcomed them and listened patiently to their stories. He then asked them to meditate and observe their thoughts. Shyam found it difficult to focus as his mind was filled with negative thoughts and doubts. Ram, on the other hand, found it easy to meditate and felt a sense of peace and calmness. The Buddha then explained to them that the mind is like a garden and our thoughts are like seeds. Just as we can cultivate a garden by sowing good seeds and nurturing them, we can cultivate our minds by thinking positive thoughts and focusing on our goals. He gave them a simple exercise to do. He asked them to observe their thoughts and write down all the negative ones that came to their mind. Then he asked them to replace each negative thought with a positive one and focus on it for a few minutes each day. Ram took the exercise seriously and diligently followed the Buddha's instructions. He found that his negative thoughts were gradually replaced by positive ones, and he felt more confident and motivated than ever before. Shyam, on the other hand, found the exercise difficult, and he soon gave up. He continued to harbor negative thoughts and beliefs, which only led to more problems and challenges in his life. Years passed, and Ram became a successful farmer, respected by his community and loved by his family. He continued to follow the Buddha's teachings and remained grateful for all the blessings in his life. Shyam, on the other hand, continued to struggle with poverty and despair. He became bitter and resentful, blaming everyone and everything for his misfortunes. He never realized that his negative thoughts and beliefs were the root cause of his problems. One day, Shyam decided to visit Ram and apologize for his behavior. He realized that his negative thoughts had only led him to a life of misery, while Ram's positive thinking had brought him success and happiness. Ram welcomed Shyam with open arms and forgave him. He then shared with him the secret of his success: the power of positive thinking. He explained how his daily practice of focusing on positive thoughts and affirmations had transformed his life. Shyam listened intently and decided to give it a try. He started to replace his negative thoughts with positive ones and focused on his goals. Gradually, he began to see a change in his life. His crops yielded a better harvest, and he was able to earn a good profit. He also developed better relationships with his neighbors and started to feel happier and more content with his life. As time passed, Shyam became a successful farmer, respected by his community and loved by his family. He realized the impact of positive thinking and how it could shape his destiny. Both Ram and Shyam learned the valuable lesson that our thoughts have the power to influence our lives, and by cultivating positive thoughts, we can achieve success and happiness.